Hi, I'm Haley Gray, and my lesson is on rhyming. My lesson is Dr. Seuss themed. When I thought of doing this lesson, I automatically thought of Dr. Seuss, and his books give a lot of examples, and they're really fun, and everyone kind of likes it, so that's what we're going with. During the week, we would have been going over sounds and words. We would have started off with beginning sounds, and I would have read the ABC Dr. Seuss book. One of the little boys I work with, he really loves that book, and it gives a lot of examples of beginning sounds. It goes through the alphabet, and here's an example of that. The J, and we would go over the J sounds and how they all have the same beginning sound. And then the next day we would have went over middle sounds, and then the day of the lesson we would review what we did the day before, which would be the ending sounds. I would have these words on flashcards about this size and cut out and laminated. And we would start with sit, and we would it all together. And then we would move on to hit, it, all together. Those words have the same ending sounds, it, and we would all say that. And we would do that again with hat, at, at. They have the same ending sounds. And then when I would move on to hot, and again, this would be a review, so they would already pretty much know this. I would go through ought. What word has the same ending as hot? And hopefully somebody would say something like pot. And I would hold it up. Very good. Ought. 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 They have the same ending sound. And we would do the same thing with cut and hut. I would say today's lesson we're going to be learning about words that rhyme. What are rhyming words? And I would hold up this poster. And I would say the definition. Rhyming words are words that sound the same. Here's some examples of rhyming words. Pop, hop. Wait a minute. Those words have the same ending sound. Pop, op, op. Yesterday we were rhyming and didn't even know it. And we would go through the rest of these. Ouse, ouse, ouse. They have the same ending sounds. They are words that rhyme. And we would go through each example about rhyming words. And then I would show them the video of the book Green Eggs and Ham being read. I would pull it up on the board for them to all to see. I think that would be more interesting than me just standing up there and reading the book. They could actually hear it, and that would help for different type of learners, just kind of see it and hear it. Kind of fun. And then when we were done with that, I would get the sheet and I would put that on the smartboard for all of them to see, and I would just read a page from that book. It said, and I would eat them in a boat, and I would eat them with a goat. Boat and goat rhyme. I would go over the next line. I would outline them as I go. And I will eat them in the rain, and in the dark, and on a train. What words rhyme? And hopefully somebody would say, rain and train. Good job. I would outline them as we go. I would just simply box it off so they could kind of see and kind of underline which ones are rhyming so they could, get a visual of it. And we would go through each line like that, and I would let them, say out loud which ones rhyme. We would then break into groups. I have the sheet for them to do when we get into the groups. I already filled in one line, and so I would give each group whichever line. The group number would depend on how many students are in the class, and there's only 4 lines, so I might have to make a bigger page depending on the size of the class. And group 1, they would figure out which word rhymes with boat, and they'd fill it in, and then we would all go over this together when every group was done with their word, and I would read them. I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not, with a. And group 1 would say goat. Okay. And we would all fill that in together. Good job. And then we would move on. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Very good. All fill in train. And then we would continue and fill out the whole page. Now for our activity, I will have this. We are going to be doing this. This is our game. We're really just doing a fun activity, making a little hat with rhyming words so they can take home. Just something fun. I would have this. It would be blank, and I would have it already cut out for them. And I would start off with cat. I would already have that written out for them. And for the students that need modifications, theirs would look like this. So all they would have to do is fill in the C. And then as we go over it, they can more so listen than have to worry about writing. And they would just fill in the first letter. But they would see how they all are together, and hopefully that would help them. And we would go over, I would say, what word rhymes with cat? And hopefully somebody would shout out one of these words. And we would fill in. I would let them call out words until we had it all filled in. And then we would all say them together. Cat, mat, hat, sat, pat, bat. Very good. We have a nice rhyming hat. Now we're going to make it into a hat to go around our head. So then we would make the band together and like this. And then we would, put it on our heads. And now they can color. And I'd let them color every other one red. Just fun. And for, and that would take a little time to do that. And the ones that finish early, they could go ahead and start on their homework so they wouldn't have as much to do at home. This would be the homework sheet, rhyme time. And for this one, instead of writing, they would cut out the word bank. They would cut them out and glue them up here, which words rhyme. They would glue. For modification for this, the students that need it, I would already have theirs cut out and in a little baggie, so they wouldn't have to worry about cutting out. They would just have to worry about gluing. And depending on how much time all this took, if there's enough time for everybody to kind of do this in class, I could help the students that need modification. I could help them with the glue, kind of do it. If not, their parents could help them at home. And so that would be their homework. And I would also send this home with them too, the word families, and just for their parents to kind of see what we've been doing throughout the week. And it's just this cute little worksheet with Dr. Seuss, and it gives a bunch of word families and kind of go over, let them know what we've been doing in class, and they could read it with their parents. It could be fun, or just for the parents to see. So that's my lesson. Thank you.